Welcome back to Radio Taiwan International. You're listening to Geek Out. What's your cup of tea, tickles your fancy, or floats your boat? Join us as we share passions from people in Taiwan and around the world. I'm your host, Michelle Chang, and today in the studio we have Phil's sister, Natalia. Leskovska?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's right. Good, I got the pronunciation right. So what are we geeking out about today?
Today, well, I'm really passionate about snowboarding.
Yeah.
Which is not really something...
That is done in Taiwan, not really.
Not really, no.
I mean, just actually, a couple of weeks ago, we did get some snow. Yes, but down south a little bit on a mountain. But it's always just a dusting. It gets just cold enough so that people can go up mountain and get really excited, possibly build like a 3-inch snowman.
Still worth it.
It's still worth it. It's definitely worth it. And that's just about it for Taiwan. But people in Taiwan love to travel to go skiing or snowboarding. So favorite destinations are like Hokkaido or South Korea. Where have you snowboarded? Or where did you start, I guess?
Yeah, so unfortunately in Asia, I haven't snowboarded yet.
Mm-hmm.
Japan is on the list, definitely.
Yeah.
I've heard that's the fluffiest snow that you can ever imagine.
Yeah. I hear it's like really great powder up in Hokkaido.
Yeah, so next time. So basically, because I'm from Europe, so of course Alps are the ones.
We think Alps and we think like picturesque, really, gorgeous mountains because, it's screensavers.
Yeah.
Desktop backgrounds.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
Okay. All right. So is that the primary place where you learned?
Yes. So in Slovakia, actually, where I'm coming from, we do have quite nice mountains.
Yeah.
So, and a ski resort. So when we were little, my dad pushed me to ski first.
Okay.
And then when I was around, now it's been quite, 14 years that I've been doing snowboarding.
Cool.
So yeah, I just moved from skiing to snowboarding.
All right. Well, how old are you when you started skiing?
Maybe around 6, 7.
Oh, wow. That's really young. Okay. Yeah. But that's a great age to learn.
It is.
It is. Because I think kids, when kids fall down, it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah, true. You're more excited about the snow than
of course.
You don't feel the pain.
Yeah, I think I learned when I was like 10 or 11.
Okay.
Still young enough to be super excited and not hurt so bad when you fall down. So, But when did you convert to snowboarding?
I think when I was around 17.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it because of image or...
I think so, yes. It was the dark punk rock times that time. So
right.
yeah, teenage times.
I mean, snowboarding does look cooler than skiing by far.
The thing why I changed to snowboarding is I love when you know the technique of skiing. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is.
Skiing is beautiful. I think it's more sort of
elegant.
Right. That's correct. Yes, exactly. But I think I changed to snowboarding because my technique of skiing wasn't that great. So I think, I think I would look better on a snowboard where you cannot just, your feet can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just binded in one place. It's like, okay.
I mean, I've always had the problem where I can't do things sideways. I perhaps have balance issues, but
yeah, good.
So I had a much easier time staying with skiing. I tried snowboarding once, and I was like, not for me.
Yeah.
But the whole like having your feet bound in one place is a challenge. So it's actually surprising that you made the shift over, and now you prefer snowboarding.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, because so many people, I think it's easier to go from snowboarding to skiing because naturally you walking forward.
Right.
Yeah. So to put yourself in sort of
the opposite
side
direction.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess kind of like surfing is also kind of unintuitive, so because you're trying to do it sideways on board.
Correct. Yeah.
Any particular favorite places?
Well, Alps are small and big at the same time because it goes, of course, the range goes through different countries,
of course.
So I think I would say the best ski resorts are in France.
The French Alps.
The French Alps, yeah. They're massive. Everything is like, I mean, Western people are very used to big, like, build ski resorts.
Okay.
That you have everything there on a mountain.
That's very true.
We're very, very spoiled. But now, just before coming to Taiwan, I spent 7 months in New Zealand. So I'm chasing the snow. So in April, when I finish my winter season in Norway, where I currently live, I moved to sort of New Zealand.
Where they have winter now.
When they have winter now, yes. Never enough snow. And that was completely different experience.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, not many people know about any kind of skiing, snowboarding culture in New Zealand.
No.
Any huge differences you can tell us about?
Well, first of all is definitely the temperature difference, because where I'm coming from and where I live in Norway is like below 20 plus, degrees.
Celsius for those in America who are listening.
Yeah.
So 20 below Celsius.
Yeah.
And then how about New Zealand?
And New Zealand was, when they said it was cold, it was around 2 degrees. Plus 2 degrees. I'm like, well, this is not cold.
Yes, it's actually pleasant.
Yeah, it was very nice, and especially with the sun, it was really nice. The main difference, I would say, the type of snow is a little bit different. It is a little bit, I would say, a little bit
more packed,
a little bit wet.
Okay.
But still good, pretty snow. We really had a good season, even though they say that was the worst season in like last 5 years.
Oh wow.
It was still pretty nice, because on the other side, if you don't really have too much snow and a snowy days, I don't remember the time when I was skiing or snowboarding and it was so much sun days.
Oh yeah.
It was so sunny most of my time in New Zealand that I'm gonna just remember the good times. Like it wasn't very not rainy, no, of course, snowy. So
that's
good. Was really good.
Yeah.
And I think about New Zealand, the snowboarding is really different because of the views. The views are amazing.
Oh.
Because of course in the Alps you
see
see the mountains everywhere, the mountain range, but you don't see anything below because it's so
you're
high.
In the mountains.
You're in the mountains. And because it's winter, you see everything is just white, which I absolutely love.
It's gorgeous.
However, when I first came to New Zealand and I experienced something like that up in the mountain is snow, but you can see down to the village.
Oh wow! So you have a view.
You have the view. You have the view of the lake.
Oh wow!
You see the towns around, so it looks really, I think, completely different, which I really thought that I'm not gonna like, and I love it now.
Okay. Where specifically did you go skiing in New Zealand, for those listening who might want to go?
So I spend most of my time in New Zealand in a place called Queenstown.
Okay.
And it's very specifically, I mean, for the ski resort, and you have a couple of ski resorts around.
Okay.
So that's the hub sort of to go to.
Oh, excellent. So Queenstown, you guys, if you guys want to go snowboarding, skiing in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And apparently it's super picturesque.
It is. I can show you a picture later.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
It's beautiful.
So, okay. I learned how to ski in Lake Tahoe, which is on the California-Nevada border in the U.S. And Lake Tahoe is up in the mountains. It's actually, it's a lake, but it's a crater lake. So it's actually a high elevation lake, and it is also super picturesque. And it's actually not particularly cold in the winter. Similar temperatures, I would say, maybe 2-3 degrees Celsius. And you can actually ski all the way from winter into, I think the year that I learned, into July.
Oh, wow.
The snow would remain on the ground. It would get a little bit more, like packed and wet.
Yeah.
But people were skiing in bathing suits.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, right?
Wow.
And there were situations where you could ski from the mountain, and then you're in your bathing suit, and then very quickly get out of your gear and then jump into a pool, that kind of thing. So very resorty town, Lake Tahoe skiing. I should say though that if it's that sunny, my first time there actually was my whole family's, my mother and my brother's first time learning. My dad was an old time skier guy. My mom got like snow blindness from people are not familiar with it. It's the UV reflecting off of the snow on very bright sunny days, and it can be very damaging for your eyes if you do not wear some kind of UV protection.
Yeah.
So that was terrifying for her.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what I thought of when you mentioned that it's super sunny and the weather's gorgeous. Make sure you're wearing eye protection.
Yeah. Definitely some goggles on.
Right. Yeah. Do you have any stories from when you were learning or your youth that were very?
It's a long time ago. Yeah.
I know, right? I just remember having such a great time.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. And little kids have such excitement when it comes to any kind of vacation.
I think that was the reason why I stayed with snowboarding, because I think the time that I started is just, I was so happy that time that I think, right, this is it. This is my hobby. This is it.
Everybody's got something.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been on a snow slope for a long time. I moved away from Boston in 2009.
Oh, wow.
And haven't been back.
Oh, sin.
I know, right?
Oh, no, you have to.
I have to. But every time I plan a vacation, I have the time and the funds because it takes money to go take trips.
Oh, yeah.
I always head towards someplace like tropical. So I'm going to some
gotcha.
island someplace. But yes, I do have to put back on my list of places to go, someplace to go skiing. But yeah. Boston is very different skiing. More similar to, I've never been to Norway.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say it might be more similar, where temperatures are colder.
Yeah.
And the snow is more powdery. Let's see. Wachusett Mountain probably is the one that I went to the most often. But yeah, it's picturesque. It's up in the mountains. You don't see much of a view. It's just pine trees and snow caps. It's beautiful, though.
Exactly, yeah.
Man. For people who are looking to get into either skiing or snowboarding particularly, would you have any advice?
Well, get ready for the cold. You'll be a lot sitting down.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. There's going to be a lot of not being upright.
No. It can be quite frustrating for people because I really like, even though I haven't done my training for snowboarding teaching.
Oh, nice. Is that in the plans?
That is. Oh, it's been for ages, but I just, again, I really want to enjoy my time than spend somewhere. But I'd like to teach people. I'd like to teach my friends. It's rewarding, when you see the progress and people actually having fun and they can do it. Yeah,
you live vicariously, right? You experience their excitement as they're learning a thing.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's cool. That's very cool that you're going to go for an instructor someday.
Yeah, I really want to.
But you spend a lot of time on your butt.
Yes. I would say that people do expect that in one day they'll do turns, or some of them they do. But I guess, I mean, as we talked about it before, your legs are binded.
Yes.
So it's very completely unnatural movement, I would say in the first place. But I think the most important to enjoy it and have fun. Yes. Don't expect too much.
And be ready to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be so many falls, and it's
I think they actually sell butt padding.
They do.
In case you're worried about, maybe you don't have that much padding in the trunk already, you can actually buy butt padding in order to save yourself a couple of bruises.
I've seen people as well in the costumes of turtles.
Oh, what?
You have literally a turtle costume on your bum.
Like a shell?
Like a shell, yeah.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. People...
I haven't been on a slope in forever. Yeah. This is real.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, that solves the problem of...
Yeah, there you go.
So, man.
Or cushion. Just grab a cushion.
We have to Google some photos later.
Yeah. Sure.
But yes, I'm going to say the differences between skiing and snowboarding. Snowboarding is a little, like we've mentioned, goes sideways. A little less intuitive. And yes, be patient. Learning to turn. You're not going to do very much in your first day or two. Yeah. But yes, it is rewarding eventually.
Yeah. I guess once you really get into that excitement of it, and once you feel like, all right, I can do it, I think it's naturally, it just gets better. Yeah. And you get better with every single sort of meter to go down the slope. It is, yeah.
Well, I guess in the US we rank difficulty of snow slopes. It goes green circle, and then blue square, and then black diamond.
Yes.
Is it the same?
Pretty much, yeah. And we missed advanced, which is the red.
Oh, there's a red one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's green, blue, red, and then it's black.
Oh, interesting. We don't have a red one. We just jumped
straight away.
Just straight away to black diamond.
That's you can a good thing to learn. Yeah, you learn the hard way.
I mean, and then of course within each category or ranking, there are slightly easier ones and slightly harder ones.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's not all the blues are all the blues. Yeah.
So green circles, we call them bunny slopes.
Exactly.
It's that's usually where you will get to learn on.
Yeah.
And it's very mild. So you shouldn't be afraid. They're not going to, push you right out onto an intermediate or an advanced slope. Not at all. I actually got dragged on one of those ski lifts because it's difficult when you're first learning. They teach you to you get nervous. You scoot yourself out and wait for the chair to come around to come get you, and then you have to sit down at just the right moment onto the chair while it scoops you up to go up mountain. And I of course messed it up. So I got my arm hooked on it wrong for a little bit, so I was actually dragged a bit, and then people started the people who were supposed to at the attendance, the lifties, had to come out and unhook me before I got dragged higher.
Oh no!
And that would have been bad.
Oh no!
I was a little kid. It was okay though. I laughed at myself. Be prepared to laugh at yourself.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Also, very dangerous on a chairlift is when you have a backpack.
Oh,
because I usually ride with rucksack to have my tea there, or extra.
Oh, that's cool.
Extra gloves or sort of, which is a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, because the strap from a backpack can get tangled into the chairlift once you open it. So that happened quite a couple of times to me as well. Even though I've been doing that for a very long time, and it's still
still be very conscious of where your straps are.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Okay, so we've been to the Alps in France, in Slovakia, and then now New Zealand.
Yeah.
Any particular favorite actual resorts, like the names of? We're not promoting, guys.
Yeah.
Not promoting, just saying.
Well, Slovakia, I forgot, of course, to mention Austrian Alps, because that's really close to us. So in French Alps, I think, sorry for my pronunciation of French.
That's fine. I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah. It's called, Les Deux Alpes. Okay. So I think it's
the two
valleys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really, really good resort.
Ooh, okay.
It will take you up from down center by gondola, all the way up to the mountain. You go across, I don't know how many meters.
Wow, this sounds magical though. The gondola ride itself.
Yeah. And you see basically just white heaven everywhere, right? I call it.
I miss the snow. Yeah, it'd be a nice view. Okay.
So I think that one. And then in New Zealand, what I really, 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 it was completely different is that I guess in Boston maybe as well, where you try to ski, is that if it's winter everywhere, right?
Yes.
You get snow in a village everywhere.
Yeah.
But in New Zealand was completely different, because the snow was just on the top of the mountain,
but not in the town.
Not in the town below. It did snow a little bit, and I know that because they said that it was the worst year, I guess it's a little bit more snowy, but it never stays in the village. So for me, it was an amazing experience that you get up to the mountain, and then you go down, and you just have an ice cream by the lake. Yeah. And it's just, and there's no snow. And I felt like, what? And people cycled next to you. And I'm like,
that's amazing.
I just been up there snowboarding in my snow,
in your
clothes, full gear on. And now I'm just having an ice cream and a t-shirt by the lake. So I'm like, never experienced that. Yeah, Queenstown. So I think it was a very good resort.
I hear great things about New Zealand being kind of an all-around vacation. If you if you go there, then you can, as we know, as we've just heard, we can go snowboarding / skiing, and then you can head down to do hiking,
mountain biking,
even beach trips.
Yeah,
exactly. All in one.
Yeah, pretty much all in one day. You can do it. Yeah, if you want it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I think Taiwanese people are specifically getting into more adventurous vacations as the young people are, exposed to Instagram and TikTok and people having a lot of fun everywhere, right? So these resorts that are basically all inclusive, they've got a bunch of stuff all in one location, makes it easy for people to travel there. Is a great first step into going skiing or snowboarding.
Yeah.
And then from there, once you get used to this kind of travel, then you can book your own accommodation in an apartment in a town someplace, and then take day trips up to ski and then down to the beach or something. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for geeking it out with me. And thanks, listeners, for tuning into Radio Taiwan International. I'm Michelle Chang, and I'll be back next Thursday with another episode of Geek Out.